Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Karma Being an Army. If you all know, BTS might be on top right now. But that doesn't mean that people always supported them. Many people likes to make their achievements look irrelevant. Even at this point when BTS have handful of first times for a Korean act. But karma can be a pain in the ass sometime because whatever haters say, BTS achieves. And this is not to hate anyone, so don't take it to heart. First case, when in 2016, BTS album Wings broke the record for most albums sold in US, haters made fun of them for not charting on Billboard 200 chart. But karma came back for them just days after, as Wings became the only K-pop album to reach the top 30. At number 26. Back in 2016, people kept dragging BTS for not having a Daesang award. They said they're just a bongs group. Later that year BTS won 2 Daesang. Now in 2019, BTS is the artist with most Daesangs. They now have a total of 24 Daesangs. At times karma can be a bitch. After the release of Blood, Sweat and Tear, a photographer claimed that his work was plagiarized by BTS, but in 2019 he refused anything about plagiarism. Remember when Puma dropped BTS from being their Korean ambassador, for which the whole K-pop community made fun of BTS, only to hear that Puma did it so that they could make them their global ambassadors. When ARMY set 1 million album sales as a goal, haters made fun of us. But her ended up reaching 1 million sales. ARMYs hoped that BTS got a number on Hot 100. Haters were fast enough to make us look like fools for even thinking about Hot 100. But DNE charted on Hot 100 and even got a real-time all-kill on Korean charts. After BBMA's haters said BTS doesn't even have Triple Crown on music shows, but karma can be a bitch sometimes. BTS were mocked for getting nominated on Billboard Music Awards. They said BTS was thirsty for that Western validation and they didn't want that for their fans. Whole K-pop community even got together in a comment section to hate on BBMAs and the so-called TSA. They even called it a paper award. They even voted for Justin Bieber so that BTS won't win the award. But let me tell you one thing. This is my favorite karma. These same people voted their asses up for that award 2 years later and even accused ARMYs of cheating. And when they lost to BTS they went back to calling it a paper award. Again. When BTS won they said it's not like it's Daesang or Grammys. But the same year BTS got many Daesangs. And now is the artist with most Daesangs and even got a Grammy nomination. Oh, and let's not forget, they won top duo or group on Billboard against big names in music industry. Kudos to that. Oh, and the only idol group to receive a KMA. When Winter Olympics took place, a certain fandom mocked ARMYs and BTS for not getting an invitation to perform at the Olympics. Even they twisted Bang PD's words to make it look like he was hurt because BTS didn't get an invite. But later Olympics officials stated that BTS was the first priority, but as BTS had a tight schedule they couldn't book them. This annoyed some people, so they said anyway their fave will beat BTS and will take the #1 spot on Billboard Social 50. And they even said BTS doesn't have a KMA, which was equivalent to Grammys in Korea. First of all, BTS is still #1 on Social 50. Second of all, BTS is the only idol group to win 2 Musician of the Year, Song of the Year and a Bongsang at KMA. So let's not drag BTS. Because they're the only K-pop idol to achieve this. When ARMYs aimed for #1 on Billboard 200 some people said we're delusional. But BTS got 3 #1 in a year. They even debuted #1 on UK chart. Before Face Yourself got released, some people said their career in Japan is over. Face Yourself and Fake Love and Airplane Part 2 Japanese version both broke records on Japan charts. people claimed that J-Hope wouldn't have a successful solo career as they said he's not that popular like some people. And he proved them wrong. J-Hope became the only solo artists to have most number ones on iTunes, which was later broken by RM. J-Hope's Daydream MV broke many records for a solo artist. Hope World was the first album by a solo artist to chart on top 70 of Billboard 200. Later J-Hope also became the most followed Korean solo act on Spotify. Even though RM's first album didn't chart well, that album was a masterpiece. Because of that, people said RM will never have a successful solo career. When he announced the release of Mono, people said that would flop. But Namjoon is that bitch. He proved them wrong, like he said in the past. His album Mono went number 1 in 84 countries. It is a first for a Korean act, which even BTS couldn't break with their new album. It'd be like that sometimes. Jimin released a surprise track called Promise on SoundCloud for ARMYs. That surprise track broke SoundCloud record set by Drake even without ARMYs trying to break it. It became the most streamed song in first 24 hours. Tae released a song just after a month of Promise. The track broke the record of fastest song on SoundCloud to reach 100 million in just 2 weeks of release. And now we wait for Jin's album in August D Part 2. I hope everyone knows who Be Free is. If you don't, then he's the person who made fun of RM and Suga for wearing makeup on stage. He said that's something girls would do. Well, BTS did dedicate a whole song for him, but he said he'd slap them if he ever sees them. But he got beaten up instead because of how he behaved to other rappers too. Some Western fandom made fun of BTS wearing masks. They said they're protecting themselves from their fans. Well, it's because of the pollution, but hey, karma came for them. Their fave posted a pic with a mask. Not just that. It was a BTS Wings mask. Yikes. Before Tear comeback, some haters claim that this comeback will be flop and we'll see the downfall of BTS. They said BTS will be the worst flop of K-pop. They even made threads of explanation onto how BTS will flop. And just after that, BTS broke the record for 1 million pre-orders. They set a new record of selling more than 1 million in first week. BTS became the first Korean act to reach number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. When Fake Love got released, haters made fun of BTS for not having a perfect all-kill on Korean chart. But just hours later, BTS got their first ever pack with Fake Love. They got 60 packs for Fake Love. They also were the first one to get pack in 2019 with Boy With Love. Boy With Love got 12 packs until Naver fucked up. People also made fun of ARMYs for wishing for a top 10 on Billboard Hot 100. And Fake Love debut at number 10, and later this year Boy With Love debut at number 8. Dream big, they said. When ARMYs wished for a Billboard performance, people made us look stupid for even wishing for it. And later Billboard announced a worldwide premiere of Fake Love in Billboard Music Award. Not just that. A year later BTS performed again and even won TSA and Top Duo against Imagine Dragons, Dan and Shay, Panic at the Disco and Maroon 5. Well, when BTS achieves one thing, someone will always come through that hole to say, if they're that big, then why are they not breaking this record or that? Like, calm down. BTS is still growing, and yes, they broke that fastest MV to 100M with Fake Love, then with Boy With Love. After the whole Olympics mess and karma, they said if you all stay silent maybe we'll get a FIFA World Cup invite. Well, I don't know about the invite, but BTS became the campaign model for Russian World Cup. And some people mocked BTS for not being nation's pick and not getting that acknowledgement from President. And President sent them a letter. He said he will remember all the names of BTS members and thank them for bringing pride to their country. Oh, he even invited them to perform at France-Korea Friendship Concert. He gifted them a signed watch. And BTS are the youngest recipients of Cultural Merit Award. When GM88 appreciated BTS, someone in his comment section said he would have done the same if it was some other K-pop act who charted on Hot 100. He said this is just business only to get clapped back by TM88. He said he heard 134,340 and looked for music and he isn't doing business here. BTS were mocked for being popular but not having a Grammy Museum invite. But damn Karma. She always come through for her favorite children. Back in 2018, when BTS announced their album release for Love Yourself Answer, Western stans kept mocking BTS for trying to reach #1 when other big Western acts were also fighting for that spot. They underestimated BTS and ARMYs. And after the release of Love Yourself Answer, BTS debuted at #1 on Billboard 200 chart. Second time for a Korean act as the first time is also held by BTS with the album Tear. They're the only foreign artist with 2 #1 on Billboard 200. Along with it, BTS also had an all-kill on top 10 on the US iTunes chart. People started to get pressed at how BTS is climbing higher and higher and bringing pride to their country to the point where they signed a petition to disband BTS. Only to end up hearing that BTS actually extended their contract with BTS. The president invited BTS to perform at the France-Korea Friendship Concert in Paris. He even gifted them a signed watch. When people started noticing the increase in BTS album sales and demands, they claimed that it's Sejegi, which means BTS bought that album themselves. I mean, at this point y'all want to play dumb. BTS then reached 9 million without adding their repacks and other language versions. And let's wait for the updated list of 2019. People said BTS can't reach 2 million sales for an album and we're just a bunch of bots. Later Jaehyun revealed that BTS are a 3 million sellers in just 8 days. And about the bot thing, well, it's pretty clear that ARMYs never cared about Soonpi Award anyways. We wanted that Billboard TSA and we got it with around 70 million gap. Even after Karma teaching them their lesson, they still keep making fun of BTS's album sales. And just after that BTS became double million sellers for their album Love Yourself Answer. They were the first ones to achieve this after around 18 years. When Idol was released, some Western fandoms said it would be impossible for BTS to break their fans record because BTS is overrated. And just hours after they got scared by ARMY power. Then they said our views are fake so it will all be deleted. And Idol became the biggest debut of 24 hours in 2018. Some people used Nicki's words to shade on ARMYs for caring about charts. Only after days, Nicki did a collab with BTS. Back when Sorobody voting started, haters said ARMYs were weak and couldn't vote on anything other than Twitter. But BTS ended up winning the awards because if anyone deserved that award, it was them. The CEO of the show even said the stage is too small for them. Later in 2019, they wanted that record back. They said BTS should be thankful that they were able to keep this record in hand for the time being. Well, they still couldn't beat BTS because BTS and ARMYs made a new record that was 74.6 million for Boy With Love. They said US is big and BTS don't even have a platinum, but now BTS do. And more platinums to come. Big Three stans always talked about how BTS atrocious as they were from a small company with no money. That was plain rude, but guess what? Big Hit surpassed Big Three with just one band and a solo artist. When BTS submitted for Grammys, people said they'll never get a Grammy nomination. But they got one later. And then K-pop fandoms mocked BTS for only getting a nomination for their package and not for music, when their fans don't even have a nomination at all. Later they all said that if you don't have a Grammy invite then your opinion is invalid, but turns out BTS got an invitation as a presenter of the award. They were even invited to Grammy winners only photo shoot. Well, spell legends. In 2019, we didn't see much of people making us look like fools for thinking we have a chance to debut at #1 because they know we will. So they had to find other things to hate on. In 2018, some people mocked us for not getting #1 because of a certain artist. And in 2019 BTS got packs while that certain artist was also charting. BTS even stayed number 1 even after a month of release. Even when big names had a comeback. BTS literally became chart bullies after y'all hated them. So be careful about what you say. Some Knet said that BTS's popularity is faking West. They said if BTS was popular they would get invited to GMA. Well, BTS got invited to GMA and is even headlining their summer concert series on May 15th. They went to The Ellen Show, performed on SNL, they were invited to America's Got Talent, Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, performed at Jimmy Kimmel, Graham Show and more, so let's not find something to hate them. BTS were always looked down for not selling more seats, but we're in 2019 now. If anyone could sell out anything it's them. Even Downey sold out just because Jungkook used it. That's power, baby. They made fun of BTS for not selling out more seats in Korea, but for Love Yourself tour, BTS sold 90,000 tickets for 2 days in Seoul. When they announced Citi Field concert, haters doubted that BTS could never sell it out. On 17 August BTS sold out Citi Field, just like that. People underestimated them for even thinking that they could sell out Ziggo Dome tour. Well, they're sold out. The Wembley Stadium announcement got the biggest attention from a lot of haters. They said even big names fail to sell it out. Well, karma is an army. BTS sold out Wembley in 90 minutes. They even sold out 2 days in Wembley. Well, looks like BTS is now a big name. So it's understandable. Some people said BTS wouldn't be able to fill Singapore Stadium and it was only filled during National Day, but BTS became the only Korean artist to ever sell out the stadium. People mocked an ARMY for wishing for a Rose Bowl stadium tour. Western stands camped in her mentions making fun of her delusion. Well, haters gonna hate. A Korean group performed 2 nights at Rose Bowl. Even the stadium authorities were astonished by our power. Well, they even doubted that BTS will ever sell out Soldier Field. And yes, BTS thinks that they can sell it out. And they eventually did. This Tokyo Dome drag have been there for ages, but BTS got rid of it. They had a dome tour in Japan and sold out 2 nights at Tokyo Dome. Eventually putting a full stop to the dome drag, which were there since forever. Even after all these people believed that BTS fans are non-existent. Like, bruh, you think bots go to tour? Buy merches? BT21 plushies? Palisade cars? Stream songs? Buy albums? Are you really blinded by your hate for them to the point where you can't even see or read or just think? It's okay if you don't like a fandom or artist, but hating on them ain't it. Ignoring them and their achievement is way better than shading them or hating them. Just like you and your faves, even BTS and ARMYs are people who dreams of many things. Do not make fun of someone who dreams big. BTS really came from nothing and they worked hard to reach where they are today. And you all kept calling us fools for dreaming big, but like RM said, eventually fools change the world.